What's going down, people? How you doing? This is TK coming at you. Just want to talk to you guys about the fiat currency bubble and why no one is drinking that tea. Now, if you think about it, speculation, apathy, and a lot of bad predictions is the primary reason why people are dismissive toward currency or fiat currency being in a downward spiral. And everyone sort of acts like the printing press will never stop. Quantitative easing has no repercussions, and the printing press will go on forever because it has. But Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was it killed in a day. So the idea is to respond to the repercussions, prepare for the future by making some different decisions and having a plan B, having a backup to fiat currency. Whether you believe that the printing press will go on forever or not doesn't mean that insurance is a bad idea. And financial insurance is the mindset that very few people have. But just like you can tell yourself the lie that it's never going to flood, or it's never going to have a fire, or it's never going to do anything that requires your house to have insurance, you should have your financial house with some sort of backup plan to fiat currency. Now, the continuous devaluation of the dollar leads to various problems within society that kind of perpetuates our systemic greed, our manipulation machine, and the whole animal that encourages people to be negative or be greedy in their accumulation methods. So now that you have an alternative to fiat, it makes sense to participate in it. Before 2008, the only alternative to fiat was gold and silver. But in the 21st century, the average person has forgot how to use gold and silver for what's most important to them, which is small micro transactions. If you want a bag of potato chips, no one knows how to give change for a gold coin. So that relegates gold and silver to high value purchases that are negotiated in closed backroom doors. It doesn't solve the problem of daily exchange, and that's the reason why the mindset for gold and silver is very few. When I taught a class on gold, the primary question was, what do I do with it once I get it? So people say that cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and all other altcoins are not currency, in spite of the title. So I took the time to ask Google, what is currency? And Google responded with a medium of exchange in wide use. So if Bitcoin is not in wide use and it's not largely as a medium of exchange, I guess the premise is that Bitcoin is not currency. But it does meet the 5 definitions or the 5 characteristics of money. So as time goes on, Bitcoin can, or cryptocurrency can be a more widely accepted form of exchange that people use on a day-to-day basis. You can argue that today that's not the case, but the future, you can't say that that's a definite. So my thing is finding some sort of diversity mechanism that allows you to still be able to participate in the economic pay-to-live world with a sound medium of exchange. And that's what I suggest cryptocurrency to be. Whether you accept it as real money, whether you see it as viable or not, the fact is that blockchain technology offers you the opportunity to have a transparent ledger for recording transactions. So that's a separate economy that's outside of the banking system and not a part of fiat manipulation and control. You're talking about a centralized system versus a decentralized application of distribution that involves ledger recording within a consensus. So you have to think about the fact that your primary concern is being able to buy milk, to be able to put gas in your car, and your choices at the moment are paper dollars that continuously have less purchase power, doesn't spend as far as you like it to spend, or cryptocurrency that increases in purchasing power and value the longer you hold it. So whether you believe cryptocurrency to be real money or not, the factual side in accounting is cryptocurrency has a higher purchasing power and increases in value over time, whereas paper is doing the opposite. So the choice you have to make is which one better economically positions you for a sound future when it comes to the economy of you, the one that's in your house. Because centralized banking system requires you to trust a third party, whereas cryptocurrency allows you to become the bank and manage the asset in question. So this argument about what's real, what's not real, should have a foundation in what's really going to help you get ahead economically. So if you don't have the financial literacy to acquire gold and silver and use it for high dollar purchases, then you should at least choose the alternative to fiat in cryptocurrency that increases in value over the long term. The past 7 years have proven a track record that cryptocurrency has outperformed any and every other currency on the planet, to include gold. So the only question you have to ask yourself is, what is economically smart, and what choices do I need to make to better position myself for a sound economic future? Now, if you feel like your future is stronger in paper money, then God be with you. Whereas the indicators and the multiple signs show that Venezuela, Zimbabwe, Cyprus is a franchise system of demise that will replicate in other countries based on the systemic problems that are inherent to fiat currency. Because of the fact that the 1% who run the ship are not doing anything different than what caused 2008, how do you expect different results as an economy It's just not possible. You can't do the same thing and expect different results. The same problems of greed, manipulation, and control that created 2008 still exist today and have not been changed. As a matter of fact, the people who caused those problems are still in power. So that means that the dollar crash is imminent. That means that the systemic problems within fiat currency are increasing. And they're going to show themselves. There will be repercussions to quantum easing as time goes on. 2018 will be a historic year as predicted by the 1%, where the phoenix dies and something else rises out of the ashes. There's already an international settlement note and a domestic settlement note. There's also talks of fiat currency going blockchain within a private system. So it's important for you to educate yourself and make better decisions as the economic world goes through a paradigm shift that is unlike any one before.